What's up, YouTube? I'm talking about the Sacramento Kings today and their current offseason plans. What we should anticipate for the Kings going into the offseason. They've already made some moves in the draft and obviously acquired Domantas Sabonis last year. So we'll see what is in store for them this offseason. Before we do, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment. Let me know what you think the Kings should do or should not do. And let's jump on into it. Kings. Okay, unrestricted free agents, Jeremy Lamb, Josh Jackson, Damian Jones. I can see them maybe bringing back Jones and Jackson, but I don't see it. I don't think it's a priority at all. So we'll see there. Jeremy Lamb, probably gone. This is kind of their priority as far as their free agents go, is the restricted free agency of Dante DiVincenzo. They acquired Dante last year at the deadline with the Bucks in a 3-team deal, I believe it was. So he ends up going to the Kings, kind of was a little lost in the rotation there. I wonder exactly what his potential is. I like him as a player. Now, is he going to be fine and be back and good to go for the future off of his injury? I think that's yet to be determined, but I think there's a place for him in the NBA. Is it with Sacramento? Maybe. But it also wouldn't surprise me if Sacramento was like, we don't want you after trading for you. So we'll see there. Extension eligible players: Harrison Barnes, Justin Holiday, Mo Harkless, Terrence Davis, Alex Len, Trey Lyles, Chimezie, Metu. They actually just brought back Lyles after I think he accepted his player option, or was it the team option? I forget. But the option is accepted. He'll be back with the Kings, barring a trade. Harrison Barnes, he's got to be the most ideal trade candidate if there ever was one. It seems to me that him being with this team is just maybe not the long-term piece, and if they can get something for him, that would be great. One thing I'd like to add about Barnes is that whatever team gets him will also have to pay him as well. So that's something to factor in with potential trades that they could make. But ultimately, I think that they'll probably just keep him to start the season. Maybe it's a deadline deal if the team is confident that they can bring him back and re-sign him. But we'll see. Richaun Holmes. I think this guy's got to go probably. He just really got lost in the shuffle last year. With Sabonis there, he's probably gone. With Keegan Murray there, he's probably not going to get much minutes. So I think that Sabonis, Murray, I don't think there's room on this team anymore for Richaun Holmes, who actually was a reason that their defense was pretty good sometimes. Back when it was absolutely awful. He was the only thing keeping it up from being historically bad, which it still actually was. But he's a good defensive player. I like that. They need more defense on the perimeter. I like Barnes. I don't love Barnes, but we'll see. A couple dudes that they've been, let's throw it actually up to the cap sheet here in a moment, but a couple guys that they've been linked to have been Chris Duarte and Luke Kennard. So that, to me, signals that they're wanting another wing, but maybe not a defensive wing or a high ceiling wing or anything like that. So we'll see. But the Kings, that's kind of what the makeup of their team is right now. Let's talk about their cap sheet. De'Aaron Fox is a part of this team's long-term future. Next offseason, we'll be talking about Sabonis and what his extension talks could be like. So potential issues there, maybe. I think they'll probably try to keep him. Harrison Barnes, already mentioned. Justin Jackson on the team, but he's extension eligible. Do you keep him? I think, or Justin Holiday, I should say. Justin Holiday, I would say, yeah, you probably keep him. I like him. This team is in a real weird situation. You look at the last couple drafts. Now, Jaden Ivey was there. Not going to sit here and say, oh my gosh, they didn't take him. I don't think that you draft Keegan Murray at 5, regardless of who's on the board, or at 4. I don't think you draft Keegan Murray at 4. He's not the 4th overall best player in the draft. Last year, they passed up on some dudes. Moody, Alperen Sengun. They were in a tough position because some of the better players from last year's draft were already off the board. But still, I still don't think Davion's the answer there. So, Kings, what do? Their roster is relatively set unless they want to move off of Harrison Barnes. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this team is good to be in the playoff mix? I would say no. Probably the play-in. But yeah, the playoffs? I don't know. They were so concerned about making the playoffs, and then all of a sudden, randomly, their GM is like, "Oh, never mind. Like, we didn't really say that. Like, that's actually not what we're trying to do." And I'm like, can we have a consistent message in Sacramento that isn't just losing basketball games and not making the playoffs and passing on good players in the draft? That's all I'm going to say. But let me know what you think. Do you think the Kings are the team of the future and they're going to be a perennial Western Conference contender, like some people think apparently, or at least within the Kings organization they think? But let me know. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, and check out the other 30 videos that we're doing for all NBA teams and what we expect for them to do in the offseason. Until then, have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video.